Hey, my name is Dan. I used to work at the biggest dealership in the country, and now I teach fine folks like you how not to get fucked when buying a car. Now, in this video, I want to talk to you about worst selling cars of 2018. And this is not just a list of cars that are just the worst selling cars. Hey, what a fun fact. No, there's actually a pattern here. Unfortunately, many people covered this list. I'm not the first one. There's shit ton of these videos. But nobody seen the actual fucking results. The actual conclusion. You look at piece of information, you read it, and there's no conclusion. Then what the fuck was the point of you reading the information? In this video, I will actually tell you the conclusion that should have been drawn that nobody else told you. I don't know how that shit went right over their fucking head. But let's get into it. Okay, first is gonna be Jaguar F-Type, $60,000 car at 296 horsepower, 2,268 units sold. Well, it's just as powerful as a fucking Honda Accord or a Toyota Camry or Chevy or a fucking Ford. This thing is not a performance car at $60,000. No wonder nobody's buying this thing. But could something, I don't know, maybe the fact that it was sold to fucking India, that has nothing to do with building cars. India has no experience with building cars. The cars that they have is not something that anybody in America would be willingly driving. Next one, Jaguar XF. What a fucking surprise again. 2,208 sold, 51% drop from last year. My prediction that Jaguar is gonna go down in quality significantly because they have no cash flow, they still have to keep up their appearance, and they might actually disappear as a brand or get bought out by China, just like Land Rover did, just like Volvo did. Volvo is actually owned by China because they had such bad financial problems. Next one, Genesis G90, just over 2,100 sold. And I actually like Genesis because it's this luxury car brand from Hyundai, and I love Hyundai. The reason that they sold so little of these, okay, I'll tell you what the conclusion is of this video before you actually, in case you don't want to watch this whole video, before the video is over, okay? The conclusion of this video is don't buy sports cars and sedans, especially luxury sedans, because people don't want them. People want SUVs and luxury SUVs. That's what people are buying these days. These car manufacturers, these heads of sales departments, heads of marketing departments completely have no idea what the fuck is going on. They look at data, the same data that you and I can find on Google. They look at sales numbers, they look at sales reports. Are sedans selling really well in January, or sedans selling really well in summertime? No, sedans aren't selling ever. There's only two car brands that are smart enough to discontinue sedans, only two. And the only reasons they did that is because they're financially fucked really hard. That is Ford, they're barely staying the fuck alive, and Chevy, which is also barely staying alive. Ford is only alive because of their trucks. If it wasn't for the trucks, actually for the Chevy, it's the same thing. If it wasn't for Ford and Chevy trucks, Ford and Chevy as car brands would have been gone a long time ago. And I'm actually gonna skip some of these cars. I'm gonna go selectively on this list. Next one, Mercedes SL, again sold just over 2,100 cars, and they have 362 horsepower for $90,000. What can I get for 90 fucking grand? That is a little bit more than 362 horsepower. Literally, this car is 300% more expensive than a Honda Accord while having 30 more horsepower than a Honda Accord. 362 horsepower when Honda has like 330 or something like that. Don't hold me up to it, but it's somewhere in 300, mid 300s. Are you kidding me? For $90,000, what can you get? Think about that. If you had $90,000 and you're gonna get yourself a sports car, is there better fucking options than this turd right here? Next one, Lexus LC, just under 2,000 units sold. And the reason it sold so little is because this Lexus is $92,000. If someone's gonna spend 92 fucking grand on a sports car, Well, let's see what other options there are. You can get a used Lambo, used Ferrari, used Maserati, a used Bentley, used Rolls Royce. What else? You can get a fucking GTR if you actually want a sports car. Why would you get this Lexus? Like, I love Lexus, don't get me wrong, but you in the comment section below, tell me, if you're going to spend $90,000, which is the same thing as $100,000, it's the same thing. What is going to be a $100 difference in your monthly payment? If somebody's buying this level of a car, they don't give a shit about monthly payments. They're making fuck you money. They're making a lot of money. So, would you rather be driving a Ferrari, a Bentley, Rolls Royce, Maserati, Lamborghini, or a Lexus? You just tell me what you would be rather driving. As much as I hate those cars, I would probably still end up with some kind of, you know, Lambo over a Lexus. It's just a status car. You're not going to impress anybody with the fucking Lexus. I drive a Lexus. Lexus is for those people that are looking for reliability. Next one, Acura RLX. RLX is actually not too bad of a car. I actually like them. They're like the S-Class of Mercedes. Super luxurious, super comfy. If you can get one used, oh my god, these cars are fucking amazing. They're like Lexuses, for real. Acura RLX is the most expensive Acura that there is sold out of sedans. Is the top line, their flagship. I mean, this thing is like what the old Cadillacs used to be, but this thing actually is reliable. You know, it has all the really nice technology. This thing is really awesome, but it just didn't sell well because it doesn't have that, you know, I'm driving an Acura. It doesn't roll off the tongue like as if you say I'm driving a Lexus or I'm driving a Mercedes, you know. So it's a brand thing. People, I don't think, bought it for the brand. Next one, Audi A8. This thing is super expensive, super luxurious. It's a four-door luxury sedan. Why didn't people buy them? Because you're getting into a car that's over $100,000. 110, 120, 140 fucking grand. If you're going to be spending that much on a car and you're going to be needing a four-door car, like a family car, there's a Porsche Cayenne. Range Rover has shit ton of cars. Just as unreliable as Audi. Don't think that Audi is reliable. There's Lexus LX 570. There are better cars to buy. There's a Jaguar SUV. Literally. Would you rather have a sedan or a SUV? Would you be driving like this or driving like a fucking boss just overseeing everything? You know? When you're driving an SUV, it's just a much better feeling. You can see everything. You don't feel any bumps. If you want to go on the gravel road or off-road just a little bit, you can do that. An Audi A8, no. It's a downtown straight to your home car. Downtown straight to your home. That's it. Next one. Another fucking Jaguar XJ. $78,000. I don't think Jaguar is going to be alive, honestly. I don't think they're going to be alive. They only sold just over 1,500 units. Come on, that's laughable. Next one, Fiat 500L. Oh god, this thing right here. I am surprised that they're still even making cars. First, this thing is ugly. Then it depreciates 50% in 2 years. You can buy a 2-year-old car for half the price. That is absolutely insane. They're unreliable as fuck. Like, who the hell actually buys them? I think the people that buy them, I think they might have been bred in fucking government test tubes and they have no concept of cars. That's the only people that buy them. How the hell do you buy a Fiat and it seats four adults? Who makes a 4-adult SUV type of car? What the hell are you thinking? What'd you do with the other seat? Did you sell it? Did you garage sale that shit? Come on. Audi TT, again, the Audi TT has a huge identity problem. If you're going to be buying a sports car, you're not going to be buying an Audi TT because it's not performance oriented. If you're going to be buying a German car, there's M3 and M4 you're going to be buying. You're going to be buying an AMG. What is Audi TT? Audi TT is for those people that can't afford a truly German performance car, so that would be AMG or M series, that would be, you know, M4 or M3, maybe M2 even. M2 is better than this thing. Audi TT is just a waste of $44,000 and they sold 1,300 cars. I can't even. Next one, Smart Fortwo. I'm actually kind of disappointed that they sold only 1,200 cars. They're not super reliable. They're not. I gotta tell you that. Unfortunately, they're not super reliable. But for a city car that takes up no parking space, super easy to drive, And the other downside is they are actually not super efficient on gas. Literally, they get same miles per gallon as a four-door Honda Civic. Like, what the actual fuck? What kind of inefficient engine is there? So that's why people don't really buy them. Next one, Kia 900. This thing should have been killed right in the very beginning of its design. Kia hasn't built itself enough of a brand awareness as a luxury brand to be selling a luxury car. Does that make sense? So they're trying to sell a luxury car, but everybody knows them as a practical car, not a luxury car. So they only sold 354 cars. 354 cars. I kind of feel bad for the Kia because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Like, what were they thinking? Literally, let's sell a really expensive fucking luxury car. Come on. Would you rather buy a $50,000 Mercedes, $50,000 Jaguar, $50,000 BMW, $50,000 Acura, $50,000 Lexus, or a $50,000 Kia? I'm not saying Kia is bad. I'm saying that Kia and luxury, those two words, customers don't see it, and I think that's what happened. Even though the car is great, it has shit on the technology, it's priced right, I mean, it's amazing. It's just, it's a Kia. And people were getting thrown off by that. If you rebadge that car as anything else and sell it under a different brand, they would sell shit ton of them. But because they had this Kia brand and people didn't associate Kia with luxury, it didn't sell enough, even though the car is fucking amazing. The last one is actually gonna be Alfa Romeo 4C. I love how this car looks. I was just gonna say I love this car, but no, I don't love this car because it's unreliable as fuck. But I love how this car looks. If you have lots of money and you want to buy yourself a unique two-door, if you don't want to be just like everybody else, when you roll up to a fucking restaurant or a cafe or a bar, there's gonna be a Mercedes, BMW, Mercedes, BMW, Mercedes, fucking BMW, and only one Alfa. And that's gonna be somebody who has, you know, a different fucking taste. Buying this car is like buying old school Reeboks when everybody else is wearing Air Force Ones. I'm not saying Air Force One is a bad shoe, but there's just something about, you know, going different, you know. This is, and it's not even a hipster car. It's not, you know, people don't buy this for the hipster factor. Oh, I'm so fucking different. Look at my fucking long ass mustache. Alright, this video should be over. I'm just rambling about a bunch of useless shit. So the whole point of a video was, the pattern here was luxury cars, luxury sports cars. Don't buy them. Do not buy them. Either buy them used where the value has plummeted already, or if you're going to be buying a brand new car, which is, I suggest you don't, but if you hate money and you want to buy a brand new car, buy an SUV. Buy an SUV. You're going to be so much better off when you're going to be reselling this thing. Nobody wants these cars brand fucking new. What do you think is going to happen to them 3, 4, 5 years down the road? People are going to be giving these cars away for 75% off the sticker price. Literally, these cars right here will be selling for like literally 30% of what they're actually worth. These $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 cars are going to be so fucking cheap 3, 4, 5 years from now. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up below and click the subscribe button over my head, or watch one of those two videos if you want to see more money saving tips about cars. This is Dan with 60 Minute Car. I'm signing out, and I'll see you on the internet.